proves my point, but this gets worse, and I hate to bring that to you. But what would you rather me do? Bring you the truth? Or just continue to, or let you believe that we're not in a battle unlike anything you've ever been a part of? Now, I do know the president had his 2 hours at CPAC, all right? And I do know that's where the conservatives go to play, and I'm cool with that. It's fine, I'm great. And I do know many of the things the president said, hey, I agree with most of them, and he was having fun, but the media, it spun their heads off like everything else. But this guy here, remember I brought this up, I've talked about this on, and here's where we're at. This is Gerard Nadler. He was on This Week with George Stephanopoulos, all right? Are House Dems setting the stage for impeachment? Now, he is the chairman of the Judiciary Committee, all right? Chairman of the Judiciary Committee, Jerry Nadler. Who is the ranking member for the House of Representatives, the Republican ranking member for the Judiciary Committee? Congressman Doug Collins, our congressman here in the 9th District. I said back before January, before this committee, we were able to see who was going to be on this committee. I asked if Doug Collins is, gonna be able to bring the heat. It's like stepping into the pitching. He's the reliever now. Is he going to be able to bring the heat while this is going on? Now, he's very limited to what he can do, but let me stay focused here. Nadler says, now I want you to pay attention to these Democrats. Nadler said yesterday to George Stephanopoulos, I call him Snuffleupagus, but George Stephanopoulos on This Week, ABC, This Week with George Stephanopoulos. Here's some of his quotes, okay? Do you have his video ready? Because I'm going to tell you when I want to go to the video. Okay. But here's just a couple of the quote highlights. We are going to initiate investigations into abuse of power. Now, remember I told you last week when Cohen came to town. When he rode in on his horse. You need to ride out of town on the same horse you rode in on. When he rode right in on his horse, and he sat down there, and Elijah Cummings did such an amazing job. According to the left, Elijah Cummings did such an amazing job, according to the left. But when he went in there, he was the setup man. Now, the media has known him as the fixer. And I enjoy that every time they tell you that Michael Cohen, Donald Trump's fixer, and they have no idea what it means. Anyhow, but now he's the setup man. He's come in to do the setup. And see, Democrats all day Sunday on shows and last week, why we know he lies. Why we know it's hard to believe him. This is why we have to look deeper on what he said. This is why. Because we know he's a liar. We know he's going to prison for lying. But he just said things that we have no other choice but to say, well, is he lying? We know he's a liar. We'll just have to look for ourselves. So the setup man came in last week. Yes, why President Donald Trump was in Vietnam trying to hold a summit with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, which North Korean leader Kim Jong-un showed up on the bullet train 18.5 miles an hour, 2.5 days to Hanoi from his beloved North Korea, wherever he stays there. He rolls over there on the train thinking, I got Trump, he needs a win. Why the same, see, they know, because remember, the attacks on the president is supposed to end on the water. When you, boom, right there, edge of the water. It's not supposed to go over there. But So you think little Kim, riding on a train, does not get any reports, and he's not reading for 2.5 days as he's relaxing and the tracks are going clickety-clack, that he's not aware that Michael Cohen's going to be spilling the beans, and that the media is going to be jumping all over Trump for 2 straight days. So he rolls into town thinking Trump needs a win. And he uses the American deep state media attacks on our president. They do hate our country, folks. They do. When Donald Trump said we have members in Congress that hate our country, the media is the enemy of the state, and we have members in Congress that hate this country, period. So Donald Trump comes home, and the media all day Sunday, the failed summit. The failed summit. Trump comes home from a failed summit. We had nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. We were not involved. We did not televise Michael Cohen corner to corners, ABC, CBS, Fox News, MSNBC. We did not televise it corner to corner. We did not put up, all these panels to discuss whether Donald Trump could be impeached, committed a crime, corruption, abuse. We didn't do it. Yes, they were complicit. They are enemies of the people. All right, now let me get back to Nadler. We're going to initiate investigations into abuse of power, into corruption, and into obstruction of justice. Nadler said, "It's our job to protect the rule of law." Tell me, sorry, I have to pause right there. All right, pick yourself up. I understand. And when you hear Democrats say it's our job to protect the rule of law, you got to pick yourself up off the floor, right? It's very clear that the president obstructed justice, Nadler said. Very clear. I mean, if you look at the 3 blind mice, and I'll show you in a minute, everything they say is confirmed. To them, it's confirmed. It's done deal. It's very clear, Nadler said. He said it was too soon to consider whether impeachment should be pursued. However, see, there's the however. Now listen to the however. This is where you come in, Joe Scarborough. This is where you come in. Stretch, Minka, pull that face a little tighter, Brzezinski, or whoever you are now. This is where you come in. This is where you come in, token brother, former chairman of the Republican Rhino whatever party establishments, Steele. This is where you come in. This is where you come in, CNN. This is where you all come in right here. This is where the deep state media will need you to play your part. Because Nadler said, before you impeach somebody, you have to persuade the American public that it ought to happen. And folks, they are in full overdrive that it ought to happen. And they're doing everything to persuade you. Let's go to Nadler's tape for a minute, and then when I tell you to come back to me, let's remember where we're at, because I want the audience to hear all of this. This is the chairman of the Judiciary Committee. Now, what did I tell you last year? What did I tell you at the beginning of the year? If you're new to the show, but if you're not, you know I've told you over and over, this is the committee that impeachment process will go through. Okay? This is it. Right here. The other committees are doing their investigations, but they will turn their stuff over to this committee to move forward with impeachment. All right, play the tape.
So if the report comes back and says we can't indict a sitting president, or we found no evidence of a crime committed by the president, therefore you're not going to see the underlying evidence, what can you do?
Well, first of all, those are two different things. If they say we've seen no evidence of a crime, then they ought to say that and say why. And that's fine. But if,
But would you
what
want the
Rosenstein-
underlying evidence there?
Yes, we do want the underlying evidence. The American people are entitled to know it. And Congress is entitled to know it because it's our job to hold the president accountable.
Because
it's our job to hold any president accountable. But Rosenstein went much further and Barr did too, because what they're saying is a president cannot be indicted. No matter how much evidence, the president cannot be indicted. And if you then say, because the president cannot be indicted, you're not going to give the evidence of his crimes, if any, to the public, you're saying the president cannot be held accountable.
So you'll sue in that case?
We will subpoena. We will do whatever we have to do.
Back in 1974, the House committees were able to get access to the grand jury evidence against Richard Nixon. Can you get that evidence in this case?
Maybe. Our lawyers we will do everything we can to get that evidence. We'll do everything we can to get whatever evidence. We are starting this investigation. We will, tomorrow, we will be issuing document requests to over 60 different people and individuals from the White House to the Department of Justice, Donald Trump Jr., Alan Weisselberg, to begin the investigations, to present the case to American people about obstruction of justice, corruption, and abuse of power.
So that would include John Kelly, the former chief of staff, Don McGahn, the former White House counsel?
I would imagine. I mean, I don't have the list in front of me, but we will be releasing the list tomorrow of over 60 entities, people, et cetera.
How about if Robert Mueller comes back and says definitively, we find no collusion by collusion?
Okay. I want to back up just like that 4 or 5 seconds when he starts that next segment and hold it there, okay? 60. We're starting with 60 today. They were going to release a list. They'll release a list. Now, a couple things I want to highlight here for those of you out there that are, keeping score on this. No evidence, underlying evidence. What if there's no evidence? Now, we all know here that the report is required to be sent back to the Department of Justice because that's actually who has authority over the special counsel. Special counsel if I'm correct, the Department of Justice gave the special counsel, Robert Mueller, its commission, what they wanted done, that scope of work they wanted to bring back to the Department of Justice, which is now run, and the head of the Department of Justice, Attorney General Barr. Now, what Rosenstein is saying is we don't expose American citizens if we do not have the evidence to take them to court. We don't expose them if we're not going to indict them. So in the report, you're not going to see everybody we interviewed if we're not indicting them and we can't prove in court that they broke any laws. But then there's the argument, is the President of the United States, are you able to indict a sitting president? So if you can't indict a sitting president, then the evidence, as they call it, cannot be exposed. So that's a constitutional argument they're trying to solve. But if you keep hearing underlying evidence, the reason you keep hearing the underlying evidence is for just that. What they do not release, if any they release, what they do not release, they will keep releasing things in leaks and calling them the underlying evidence that the American people, okay, have a right to know. Don't you love the group that's been assembled to make the decision on what the American people deserve to know? They're going to do whatever they have to do. They just told you that. They're going to do whatever they have to do. They're going to follow every legal possibility, channel whatever it may take to do anything they have to. Again, everything we can to bring this president down. We have to start making our case to the American people. Making our case. You know what? So they admit that the impeachment, the starting and the thought and the talk about impeachment comes along with persuading the American public that it ought to happen. And buddy, they are in full steam. When Nadler, they didn't just start. You and I know the media didn't just start. But when Nadler said persuading the American people it ought to happen, my God, he sent code word. All right, let me say this, okay? We have finally come up on what I guess Michael Cohen was talking about code word. You remember he said President Trump spoke in code. He didn't say go to Congress and lie. He just said, Michael, I didn't see anything. I don't know what did you see anything, Michael? Because I didn't see anything. Did you hear anything, Michael? Because I didn't. He spoke in code. Let me tell you who really speaks in code. Are these politicians in the deep state media, and the corruption of these groups. When Nadler says in code, let me tell you what speaking in code is. Nadler said, you have to persuade the American public that it ought to happen. That's like a dog whistle to the deep state media. Jim Acosta was sitting there at CNN. Jake the Snake, whatever his name over there at CNN. Allison Camerata in the mornings. Gumby and Joe and Barnacle and Steele and Minka. I mean, the KCDC Hunt, whatever her name is. Oh my God, every one of them said, it's time to persuade the public it ought to happen. How disgusting is that, folks? I'm your host. Okay, wait a minute. I want to show you something. We'll talk about this when we come back. We're going to stay on this subject for a minute. Yes, Bernie is in. Let's do this before we go here. Bernie is in, but our main focus right now, Josh, is impeaching the President of the United States. But number one, Bernie Sanders kicks off 2020 campaign in Brooklyn. You remember what was the show, the movie, the book? What was it, Rich Man, Poor Man? Here's this guy's problem, okay? Now, I don't know how much you know about Brooklyn, New York. I have been to Brooklyn, New York. I used to work in Brooklyn, New York. Yeah, if you must know. There's the old thing in Brooklyn where it's called rich Jew, poor Jew. I swear to God, don't get mad at me. It's the truth. This guy was a poor Jew. If you don't know nothing about Brooklyn, he was a poor Jew in Brooklyn. They lived in a rent-control apartment, and his dad told him, one day you'll be able to grow up and somebody else can give you damn things besides me. You can take stuff from people besides me. You never have to earn your own damn living, but you can take it from somebody else. Whatever you learned growing up. But he was a poor Jew in Brooklyn. And if you don't know anything about Brooklyn, Bernie Sanders' whole campaign, his whole life is rich Jew, poor Jew. He hates rich Jews. Damn it, I said it. Bernie Sanders hates rich Jews. Damn it, I know it. He's a poor Jew from Brooklyn growing up. So when these rich Jews come out, he can't stand them. Maybe I shouldn't have said that, okay? Maybe I shouldn't have said that. All right, we got stuff like that. But here's the one thing I want to talk about, okay? What the hell was I talking about? Impeaching the President of the United States, okay? Give me number 22. This was on Meet the Press yesterday. Okay, number 22. You see the big sign there, impeach? Now, go to 21. Divided Democrats. Divided Democrats supposedly on, number 22, impeachment. I'm your host. We're going to talk about that. We got a lot more. We're going to go over Jerry Nadler. How come Jim Jordan's appearance on Meet the Press, Congressman Jim Jordan's appearance on Meet the Press, is getting absolutely no play this morning on the news, on the media, anywhere? Where are you watching, outside of maybe Fox, but where are you watching anywhere that you're seeing any kind of highlight or clips of Jim Jordan running on the mainstream CNN, MSNBC, ABC this morning, any of them, tell me. I'm your host, BKP. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on-site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead. It's truck season at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, and that means it's time to haul home a payload of savings. Now save up to $6,700 off new Chevy Colorados at Days, or save up to $10,000 off new Chevy Silverado 1500 crew cabs. If Chevy makes the truck, we've got it, and you're going to save big during truck season. Going on right now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevy trucks cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and LJ, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you
you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
Welcome to Mountain Valley Motors. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat vehicles available, plus a wide selection of quality used vehicles. Located at 7535 Appalachian Highway in Blue Ridge, we treat the needs of each individual customer with paramount concern. We know that you have high expectations, and as a car dealer, we enjoy the challenge of meeting and exceeding those standards each and every time. Allow us to demonstrate our commitment to excellence. Our experienced sales staff is eager to share its knowledge and enthusiasm with you. We encourage you to browse our online inventory, schedule a test drive, and investigate financing options. Visit us online or call us at 706-516-1053.
Okay, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. If you'd ever like to contact the show, here's our phone number down there. You can contact the show, call in. If you'd like to call in, you text me on the show and you can be on the show. Chief@FetcherNews.com and all the social media ways to follow us. Okay, let me go over just a couple things because Democrats like Nadler, which is the chairman of the Judiciary Committee, and many others are saying it's too early to talk about impeachment. It's too early to talk about impeachment, okay? Now, do you remember last week, okay? I'm going to give you a couple things here. Remember last week, give me number 21, okay? Nancy Pelosi here. Speaker of the House, divided Democrats. She'll say things like, impeachment's not something we want to start talking about. We want to govern Democrats. You're going to hear the media over and over running out front for them saying top Democrats are not prepared to speak about impeachment. Even the Judiciary Committee Chairman, Jerry Nadler, they're not ready to speak about impeachment yet. Nadler says the media, they have to do the investigations, and the media has to do their job first in convincing the American people it has to happen. So there's a two-prong, but you're going to hear over and over, you heard, all day Sunday, Democrats tell you Cohen's a liar. You hear each and every one of them say Cohen's a liar. But I told you last week what Cohen said. We have to check. There's no way we can just let that go without looking into it. No way. All right. Now you've got divided Democrats, folks. This is the same exact. And let me tell you something. Let me go to this guy right here. on divided Democrats. He's not divided. Number 24. Number 24, this is Tom Steyer. All right? Now, remember last week when Republican, I think it was Jim Johnson, Jim Jordan, I can't remember, that looked at Michael Cohen and said, is Tom Steyer? That's him right here. Billionaire, half Jew. Sorry. So he's a billionaire, half Jew out there in California. Has Tom Steyer paying your legal bills? Cohen looked back. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm just going to ignore you. Right there. He's not divided. He's pushing every day. He allegedly, supposedly, possibly, whatever, could be paying Michael Cohen's attorney bills, which means Lanny Lowlife Davis. So every time, let's go back to 21 for a minute. I just want to set this up, okay, for those of you out there that continue to fall for things. I'm sorry, can't put it any other way. Back to 21. Every time Nancy Pelosi and the gang, all right, every time Nancy Pelosi and the gang, all right, say it's too early, and the media runs with divided Democrats. This is the same group that devised the don't go out there, the DCCC, which is headed up by Nancy Pelosi, told her candidates, don't go out there and tell people you will vote for me. Deny me. Like, deny me. Say you won't vote for me. Say we need new leadership. Right? And then media, here's what we want the media to do. We want the media to report, but will Pelosi be the next speaker? Why candidates are coming out, and there's a lot of question on whether Pelosi will have the votes. When you and I both know on that exact day, everybody knew at all times Nancy Pelosi would be Speaker of the House. But she came out and she said, run against me, deny my vote. Tell people you won't vote against me. Vote for me as Speaker of the House. Do it. We just need the win. All right, but you do it. And then I told you, hey, as soon as they got elected and became the majority, she would take some of the young people in a room, and she would whip them into shape. And there was never a question. Never a question one, would Nancy Pelosi be Speaker of the House? That's something the Democrats created. That's something that the deep state media ran with, and you and I knew it all along. Okay? This guy right here wants, now not just him, number 24, he wants the President of the United States impeached. Tom Steyer wants the President impeached. 23. Impeachment starts now. So the media is trying to run that it's a divided Democrat. The Democrats are divided on this. The media is trying to run saying the top Democrats are saying it's too early. They're divided. No, they're united. I'm here to tell you this morning, the Democrats in the House of Representatives and the Senate are united. They want Donald Trump impeached. There's no division there. Much like there was never any division on whether they wanted Nancy Pelosi Speaker of the House. They want Donald Trump impeached, period. There's not a one. So for those of you that are out there and you hear one Democrat go on one TV channel, even if they're on Fox, and say it's too early to say that, that's not what we really need to be focusing on right now. We need to do the work of the people. As Donald Trump would call it, bullshit. I'm sorry. Did you bleep that out? You can't bleep that out like they did on NBC. Hey, did you see NBC? I'm sorry. I really am. But you know what? I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry about that. Okay? Did you see MSNBC? It's Chuck Todd, all of them. And the president went to CPAC and went all the way to expletives, and we're going to have to bleep that out. I want to know how many times in a production meeting at MSNBC for any of their shows the F word is ever used. But what if we come to? Okay, anyhow, it's BS. We'll go with BS. I said it one time. I'm sorry. Damn it. Get over it. So impeachment, divided, absolutely not. They're ready. They're setting on go. It started. It's been going. The whole thing has been working up to it. They want the president of the United States impeached. Now, I want to go with this, and then we're going to go back to some Nadler. But I keep telling you, all right, let's go with this one more time, all right? There's the people out there that say, why do you keep repeating yourself? This is one of those days. Before you impeach somebody, you have to persuade the American public that it ought to happen. You ought, all right, give me number 26. When polled, okay, this is NBC News. When polled, viewers, not voters, these are viewers. So I guess if you get a phone call, what news network do you watch, Fox? What news network do you watch? When polled and asked viewers, has President Trump been honest and truthful on Russian investigation? Yes, Fox News viewers say 84% say yes, 12 say no. MSNBC, 21% of their viewers say yes, 76% say no. CNN, 1% of their viewers say yes, 99% say no. We're allowing the media to create our reality, and it's not real. And this includes Fox News. We are allowing the media to create our reality that we're living in, and it's not real. Okay? So they know they can push a narrative and create something that is fabrication. They all know they can. I'm just saying, they all know they can. Let's go back to they're going to attempt to impeach the President of the United States. And wait a minute. I know what you're saying, and I will focus on that. You're going to say, but the economy is running along too well. So it doesn't matter how much, it doesn't matter how many investigations, useless, frivolous investigations into the President of the United States. The American people will know the economy is going well, and they don't care about anything else. Just wait. Come back to Nadler. Let's play a little bit more about Nadler, and we want to focus on him for a reason. He is the one that's starting the 60 subpoenas today and requests for information.
Over 60 entities, people, etc.
How about if Robert Mueller comes back and says definitively, we find no collusion by President Trump? Is that a conclusion you'll accept?
Well, we'd want to see the evidence behind that and see the validity of that, and we could agree or disagree. But this investigation goes far beyond collusion. We've seen all the democratic norms that we depend on for democratic government attacked by the administration. We've seen attacks on the freedom of the press, the press called the enemy of the people. We've seen attacks on the Department of Justice, attacks on the FBI, attacks on judges. All of these are very corrosive to liberty and to the proper functioning of government and to our constitutional system. All of this has to be looked at, and the facts laid out for the American people.
Do you think the president obstructed justice?
Yes, I do. It's very clear that the president obstructed justice. It's very clear. 1,100 times he referred to the Mueller investigation as a witch hunt. He tried to protect Flynn from being investigated by the FBI. He fired Comey in order to stop the Russian thing, as he told NBC News. He's dangled he's threatened, he's intimidated witnesses in public.
If that's the case, then is the decision not to pursue impeachment right now simply political, if you believe he obstructed justice?
No, we have to do the investigations and get all this. We do not now have the evidence all sorted out and everything to do an impeachment. Before you impeach somebody, you have to persuade the American public that it ought to happen. You have to persuade enough of the opposition party voters or the Trump voters that you're not just trying to.
It's a very high bar.
Yeah, it is a very high bar. That you're not just trying to steal the last election, to reverse the results of the last election. We may or may not get there. But what we have to do is protect the rule of law.
This week, the New York Times reported that the president overruled his White House counsel and the intelligence agencies wanted to deny a top-secret security clearance to Jared Kushner. In your view, even though the president has the right to give a security clearance to anyone he wants to give it to, was that an abuse of power?
Yes, I think it was an abuse of power. Look, the president has a right to do a lot of things, but he can abuse his power in doing that. Members of Congress have the right to vote for or against the bill. But if they do so because someone paid them $50,000 to do so, that's an abuse of power. It's also a crime. So you can do things that are within your power that are abuses of power and that are crimes.
One final question. The president put out a tweet yesterday morning, early yesterday morning, when it showed up on the screen, very proud of perhaps the greatest golf course anywhere in the world, also furthers UK relationship. That, of course, is a Trump golf course in Scotland. Many ethics experts come out and said that's a violation of the Emoluments Clause. Do you agree?
It certainly seems to be. He seems to have violated the Emoluments Clause in a lot of different ways, and that's one of the things we should be investigating under abuses of power. Let me say this: Congress has to do its job, and Congress has to do its job whether investigating the administration, holding the administration accountable, which the Republicans in Congress absolutely refuse to do. And dealing with our other problems. We passed last week for the first time, the House, for the first time in, I think, in 20 years, some real gun control legislation that the American people by margins of 90% want. The Republicans refuse to hold hearings on it. We
you had divisions among Democrats in that vote.
Not much. We got 240 votes or something like that.
Real gun control legislation was in there. I wanted to stay up to the real gun control legislation so that we didn't leave that out this morning and let Nadler tell you that. Okay, abuse of power. Abuse of power. All right. Do you ever stop and think to yourself, every time you hear one of these people say the American people have a right to know, one of these clowns say, the American people have a right to know. And you stop and think, this is who we chose to be the ones to tell the American people. I think they have a right to know. The American people have the right to know a lot more. I want to go to, and we're staying. This is I'm going to say, impeachment all day long. Okay, every segment here deals with impeachment because I think that's where they're going. Okay, definitely where they're going. Let me go through some pictures and then we're going to go to Jim Jordan. All right, so number 7, House Democrats, okay, prepare case to request Trump's tax returns. All right? I'm telling you, it's going down, folks. They're going after this guy like you would not believe. They're talking money laundering. I mean, they're going to rip this guy a new one. They're going to make you wish you never voted for him. I mean, they're going to try to do everything because, remember, they've already put the cocktail together that they need. Okay? They got control of these committees. They're going to bring in information. They're going to keep it on the front page of the failing New York Times and the corrupt Washington Post or the lying, cheating Washington Post, whatever Trump calls them. I don't know. But they're going to have that. They're going to have that, right? They're going to keep these committees. They're going to keep it right out there, going after it 7 days a week, one day right after another. The deep state media is going to do everything they can do to persuade the American people, okay, that impeachment is necessary. This is the cocktail. They've told you their formula. They wrote their formula down. They're going to do everything they can to make you wish you never voted for him and separate as many Trump voters. They got to push the Trump voter, they got to suppress the Trump voter, and you think there's no way they can get there, but they think they have a plan. They have to convince Republicans, other Republicans, that have to run in 2020 that they feel are in a district that is purple, or their nerves are shot that they're going to go up against an opponent that they can't take all this Trump baggage for 2 years. Oh, yeah, this is going on 1.5 years. I mean, the Mueller investigation is what primes this pump. Now, they don't care if they have evidence from Mueller's investigation. They feel they're going to have to take it and run with it anyway because the American people have the right to know, okay? Don Jr. has not been indicted. Not indicted. But guess what? Nadler feels he has a right to talk to Don Jr., and the American people have a right to know. Ivanka Trump has not been indicted in anything, but Nadler feels Ivanka needs to come forward and address the committee. So here we go right here, the tax returns. So the cocktail is every single day this happens, persuading the American people there needs to be impeachment. How do you do that? Telling Republicans they're going to knock on doors of Republicans and scare the daylights out of them. You're not going to win back home in your district. This is your last job. You turn on the president now or never, because you're not coming back to Congress. You're not coming back. You came back as minority. You're not coming back at all this time. We're going to put a stop to you. So they're going to scare the daylights out of these wimpy Republicans, and then you're going to wish you never voted for him. Now, how do you get to all those points? All they need, right? Because we keep saying 2020 like the election is, primaries are this spring in May and June. They're not. They're next year. So the last thing they got to do, and they will work on it hard to do it. I hope it doesn't happen. But the last thing they got to do this year, they don't want to do it now, okay? They want to wait. There's some things that they want to wait for the maximum pressure. So after they do all this year, they want to wait, and guess what? If they could just push by the end of the year this country into a recession. See, that's where a lot of Trump supporters, a lot of people are out there saying, it doesn't matter. Economy's too good. Doesn't matter. If they can get by the last quarter of this year, and they can go into 2020 and push this country into a recession, that's the fourth leg under that stool or whatever I'm trying to get to. If they can push us into a recession at the end of the year, and they're working on it. The media's working on it. They're going to tell you over and over. Every time a Republican tells you that things are good, they're going to say, but most economists predict we'll be in a recession by the... That's what they got to do next. If they could push us into that recession, then that's when they can convince the American people this guy's got to go. Well, we'll just go right there. Tax returns, where's this come out of? Ways and Means Committee. The House Ways and Means Committee has the right to pull anybody's tax return in the United States. Who will fight this? Steve Mnuchin. Steve Mnuchin's the IRS falls underneath the Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin's umbrella. He will be the one fighting the release, but they're going after the tax returns. Why? Because we have to see them to put all the pieces together. Okay? Let me get a couple more, because then we're going to go to Jim Jordan. Number 15, this is Fox. Trump hits Dems for presidential harassment, and it's true. Here's the other two. 16, Don Jr. They're going after Don Jr. and Weisselberg there. Weisselberg, Trump Organization, I guess, CEO or Chief Financial Officer. chief financial officer or something. There's number 70, number 17, I'm sorry, Josh. Number 17, Nadler to request documents from 60 people. Here's the 3 blind mice. Number 18, here's Adam Shifless, okay? Adam Shifless, and there's over in the Senate side, number 19, Mark Warner, okay? Those are the 3 blind mice. Here are the targets. Number 20, Democrats target Trump. House Judiciary Committee, House Oversight Committee, House Intelligence Committee, Adam Shifless. House Financial Services Committee, House Ways and Means Committee. Ways and Means is they're the ones looking for the tax returns, going to put in a request. House Foreign Affairs Committee. We got to see in the Foreign Affairs Committee, we've got to see all of his bank statements. He's an international businessman. We've got to see all of his bank statements. We've got to see his business dealings internationally so we can add that to the list of crimes that we're going to swear he's involved in. I'm telling you, folks, I told you this is going to get ugly. And I hope CPAC prepared you to really dig in. I just want to show you CNN. We'll make it quick. Look, all right, I'm going to show you something here in a minute. Because a lot of the days you come to me and you say, hey, why do you always show Fox, CNN, MSNBC? Why do you take pictures of them? Why do you study the media? Because I just told you, Nadler said, you got to persuade the American people. I study the media every single morning. I know they're trying to create your reality. And they lie to you. Look at the reason I show you Times is look at this right here. Give me CNN number 35. 1:07 a.m. Pacific time, meaning I think it was 4:07 a.m. this morning. House Dems ramping up on Trump's investigation. Nadler, it's very clear President obstructed justice. Let's go with 36 on CNN. Same time, House Dems. All right, there's Weiselberg. That's who they want to bring in. All right. I'm just telling you, that's why I show you these, okay? Number 41 at 3:32 Mountain Time, MSNBC. House Democrats prepare case to request Trump tax returns, all right? That's what I do here because guess what I tell you? This poll alone says what I say every morning. Every morning I put up pictures of CNN, I put up MSNBC, I show you timestamps to see how they jump out first thing in the morning, the way they're trying to manipulate and create your reality, okay? Put up number 26 again. Number 26. These are the networks, Fox, MSNBC, and CNN. You see that? Has President Trump been honest and truthful on Russian investigation? If every day they pounded something home and pounded home, CNN 1%, MSNBC 21% of their viewers, Fox 84%. And I'm telling you right now, it doesn't matter. This is the same thing. You need to take this and say, well, that says Russian investigation. Well, their next biggest thing they've got to do is convince you and persuade you, the American people, that Donald J. Trump needs impeached. That's their job. They got their marching orders from Nadler yesterday to go to the next level. Nadler spoke in code. Remember Cohen said Trump spoke in code? Nadler spoke in code yesterday, and this is what they have to get to work on, and this is what they will try to do. And now the biggest push they will make is trying to, because see, Fox is going to have to cover. They're going to have to cover Nadler. They're going to have to cover these investigations. They've got CNN, damn it. They've got MSNBC viewers, damn it. They're going to push that 21 down further. They got to beat the hell out of those Fox viewers. And Fox is going to help them because they're going to cover it. They're going to help them. And the next time, if you ever see another poll like that again, has the president been honest or Do you think it's now time to impeach the president after these investigations, or has the investigations produced enough evidence to you to start impeachment? They want that Fox News to go down the light. They want the yes to stay up to 84 on that. Boom. All right, I'm going to take a break. I'll be right back. We're talking about Jim Jordan. We're staying on impeachment all morning until about 9:30. Then I'm going to do a little of the state of Georgia, legislative session down in Atlanta, and close out with a couple stories I want to make sure we cover before we close the day. Take us a break, Josh.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead.
It's truck season at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, and that means it's time to haul home a payload of savings. Now save up to $6,700 off new Chevy Colorados at Days, or save up to $10,000 off new Chevy Silverado 1500 crew cabs. If Chevy makes the truck, we've got it, and you're going to save big during truck season. Going on right now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevy trucks cost less.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and Ellijay, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
Welcome to Mountain Valley Motors. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat vehicles available, plus a wide selection of quality used vehicles. Located at 7535 Appalachian Highway in Blue Ridge, we treat the needs of each individual customer with paramount concern. We know that you have high expectations, and as a car dealer, we enjoy the challenge of meeting and exceeding those standards each and every time. Allow us to demonstrate our commitment to excellence. Our experienced sales staff is eager to share its knowledge and enthusiasm with you. We encourage you to browse our online inventory, schedule a test drive, and investigate financing options. Visit us online or call us at 706-516-1053.
Hey folks, I'm your host BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Now we want to get into Jim Jordan. Tell them how they can contact the show right there on the screen. Check it out, all the social media ways, email, telephone number. I want to get into Jim Jordan's interview. I got to jump into this. You're not hearing it anywhere, and we do want to play it today. I'm going to try to play the whole thing, not at once, Josh. Just remember where we're at when we come back. So let's start there. Jim Jordan on Meet the Press with Chuck Todd. Chuck Todd doesn't want to go the direction Jim Jordan wants to go. Obvious, right? So let's go with that, Josh.
30 minutes of an opening statement where you trash the President of the United States of America.
Republican Congressman Jim Jordan of Ohio joins me now. Congressman Jordan, welcome to Meet the Press.
Good to be with you.
Why do you think President Trump hired somebody like Michael Cohen as this close confidant for a decade?
Mr. Cohen said it was some real estate deal 10, 12 years ago. Why he hired him, I don't know. What I do know is what I said at the hearing, and that is Michael Cohen is going to prison in 2 months for 4 distinct federal crimes. one of which is lying to Congress, and yet the Democrats made him their star witness. Their first announced witness of the 116th Congress is a guy who was going to prison for lying to Congress. And guess what? He came in last Wednesday and did what? Lied to Congress. Six different times. That's why we sent a letter.
The President of the United States, the lead attorney for him, and essentially unofficial political advisor for a decade, is this person you just described. You just described. Well, we could
even though he took credit for launching the Trump campaign single-handedly.
Does it bother you that Donald Trump surrounded him, it kept this man as a confidant for everything you've described him as? Why did he keep him as a confidant?
You'd have to ask. Does
that bother you?
Not really. Doesn't.
Why?
Just doesn't. What I know is what the president's done is 2 years as president of the United States. The Democrats never want to talk about it. The press never seems to want to talk about this. Think about the 2 years under President Trump's leadership. Taxes reduced, regulations reduced, economy growing at an unbelievable rate, lowest unemployment in 50 years. Gorsuch and Kavanaugh on the court. We're out of the Iran deal. Embassies in Jerusalem, hostages home from North Korea. And oh, by the way, there's a new NAFTA agreement coming, just to name a few things. So that's what I tend to focus on, is the amazing record we've seen under the leadership of President Trump. And you guys want to talk about a lawyer that worked for him for 10 years, that came in and told all kinds of lies, six lies which he said on the witness stand just last Wednesday.
Let me ask you this. Do you believe Michael Cohen when he said there was no collusion with Russia?
I believe a few things Michael Cohen said. Like he said in the hearing, my name is Michael Dean Cohen. I believe that. There's probably a few other things that we can prove. He said,
do you believe he's never been to Prague?
He said that, and that's something you can verify. You can look at passports, you can look at travel, so that undermines this whole dossier, which, remember, was the basis for this whole crazy investigation to begin with. So
that's not. I mean, that isn't the facts.
It's a big fact.
It is something that
we've had this debate.
No,
before.
I understand. It's something that you believe, but it has not been proven.
No, it's the lead thing they took to the FISA court to get the warrant to go spy on the Trump campaign. And oh, by the way, it's paid for by the Clinton campaign.
It still never was even proven when you got these papers released to the public. You found out that that wasn't the truth.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And they didn't tell the court that the Clinton campaign paid. Never forget what happened there. The Clinton campaign paid the law firm Perkins Coie, who hired Fusion GPS, who hired a foreigner. And what did that foreigner do? Talk to a couple Russians.
You left out the Republican donor.
Put this dossier together that our FBI used to go get the warrant to spy on the Trump campaign.
Why do you not want this investigation concluded by Robert Mueller?
I want it concluded. I want it over with, but there's not.
But you continue to question it and interfere with it. So how is it ever going to end if you question it and interfere with it?
I'm not questioning interfere with it. It's going to be public. The president said he wants it to continue. He's allowed it to continue. It's going to continue. At some point, there'll be some investigation, and then the Attorney General, Bill Barr, will decide, will follow the law and release what he wants to release, or maybe release the whole thing. That's going to happen. We all know that.
You want it completely released? Donald Trump Jr. does.
I'm open to whatever the Attorney General decides. He should follow the law. He should follow the regulations. And if they release it all, I tend to think we should err on the side of transparency. I've been for that all along. I want the FISA applications released. I want the 302s from Bruce Orr. I want all that information released so we can get to the bottom of it and the American people can know exactly what happened when they launched this thing.
Do you believe the Russians interfered with the 2016 election?
Everyone said that they thought they were trying to impact the election.
Do you believe it?
The question Mueller is...
Do you believe it?
Yeah, I mean, of course, that's what the intelligence community has told us, but there is zero
Do you believe
evidence.
they did it to try to help Donald Trump win?
Who knows why they did it, but there is zero evidence.
You think that is possible? It sounds like you believe it's possible that Russians, for their own foreign policy reasons, wanted Trump, not Clinton.
Why would I don't know. I mean, they can do whatever they're trying to do. Who knows what their motives were? What I know is there's not one bit of evidence to show any type of coordination, collusion, conspiracy whatsoever between the Trump campaign and Russia to impact the election. But there is all kinds of evidence to show that the Clinton campaign worked with Russians to impact the elections via that whole thing I just described, where they hired the Perkins Coie law firm, who hired Fusion, who hired a foreigner, Christopher Steele, who communicated with Russians and put together the fake dossier.
Why do you think that Donald Trump hired
Now, I want to make sure we come back right there. Man, I wanted to stop just to make sure, number one, I could look at the camera and say, I love that guy, man. I just, every time Jim Jordan, I mean, that guy's just a bulldog. He goes after it. Chuck Todd can't take it. Now, we keep hearing the deep state media everywhere. They say Michael Flynn, Papadopoulos. They keep saying all these little non-effective, no-name people that have been indicted, lied, whatever. about nothing. Hey, you came in here, gave testimony on Monday. We had you back on Wednesday. We went and matched up the tape. Testimony's not exactly the same. Or you did a little business over in a foreign country and you didn't file the proper paperwork. We got a couple things that we may indict you. Nothing connecting the President of the United States. Nothing. But on the other side, there's all these dots that connect. I'd like to see these 302s. 302 reports. So I want to go back. We're still on Jim Jordan. And I want to go right there, Josh. Let's hit it right here because this is where it gets a little confrontational between Chuck Todd and Jim Jordan. Take us back.
The fake dossier.
Why do you think that Donald Trump hired somebody like Paul Manafort with ties to Russian mobsters? Why do you think that Paul Manafort decided to work for free for the Trump campaign?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Does any of that bother you?
But you got to remember, they were doing
ties
this
with the Russian
no,
government. I'm just asking,
they were doing this.
Why is none of that? Does that deserve scrutiny?
And it's getting all kinds of scrutiny, for goodness sake. Mr. Manafort's been indicted, so it's getting all kinds of scrutiny.
No, but do you believe it deserves scrutiny?
Well, that's what the special counsel is doing. That's his call, not my call. So yeah, if they're looking at all that, that's fine. But that's not what this Wednesday was about. This was a guy coming in who has zero credibility and who has lied and is going to prison for lying. One of those lies, of course, was lying to Congress previously. And guess what he did? He came in front of Congress and told at least 6 different lies.
You are very concerned about a lot of the lying. Does it bother you that Paul Manafort, George Papadopoulos, Michael Flynn, Michael Cohen, all these people around the president, has all been convicted or pled guilty to
what bothers me most?
To either investigators or Congress.
There's a
lot of liars around the president.
Here's
Why?
what bothers me most. Jim Comey, director of the FBI, fired. Andy McCabe, deputy director,
fired. So you're upset that he was fired?
No, listen, lied 3 times under oath. Andy McCabe is under investigation. Jim Baker, chief counsel at the FBI, demoted, then left, under investigation by the Justice Department. Peter Strzok, deputy head of counterintelligence, demoted, then fired. Lisa Page, FBI counsel, demoted, then fired. 2 of those people kicked off the Mueller team.
Why does the president surround himself with people who can't
You're
tell the truth? You're not answering my question about why does the president surround himself with people who can't tell the truth to law enforcement or Congress?
When have you ever seen an agency where the top 5 people, who, oh, by the way, Chuck, ran the Clinton investigation, launched and ran the Russian investigation, have either been fired, demoted, or left the FBI? The top people.
Again, you haven't answered the question I asked. Why does the president have surrounded himself with people who cannot tell the truth to law enforcement or Congress?
The president surrounded himself with some people that maybe he shouldn't, I don't know. But when he was running his campaign, Mr. Manafort was there, was part of the campaign. Mr. Manafort had been involved with Republican politics before. Why he selected him, I don't know. What I'm most concerned about is what took place at the highest levels of our committee is supposed to be the Government Oversight Committee. We're supposed to...
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe.
Okay, folks, Chuck Todd there. You're not answering the question. I actually didn't ask you to bring facts and figures or information. I wanted you to just directly answer the questions like I could get Adam Schiff to do and the rest of them. Here's what bothers me the most, Jim Jordan said. You know what bothers me the most? Let me tell you what bothers me the most. The top 5 in one organization, either fired, demoted, boom, out. Top 5. Why does the president surround himself with people that can't tell the truth? What the hell? Chuck, you do it all day long. Every time you put a panel up, you surround yourself with people that can't tell the truth. Why did he hire Manafort to work for free? Jordan said he Cohened 6 new lies just the other day. So I thought that was a great interview. I just don't see where they're letting Jim Jordan's interview. They don't want to discuss that. They don't want to talk about that. But as Jordan was rolling out the successes in the Trump administration, they know that last card that they have to play is to try to push us into a recession. Watch and see. Okay, let me go with this because I want to wrap up here. I had I tell you what, I just want to say, I had a picture here from yesterday that I didn't send you. I don't think I sent it to you, but they're going to go after the president. And let me see if I have it here. Just bear with me. And the areas they're going to go after, because I did take a shot of it yesterday. And I thought I sent that over. I didn't send it to you, Josh. I know for a fact I didn't send it to you. Okay. On ABC yesterday, on ABC with George Stephanopoulos, here's the areas they're going to be looking into on the President of the United States. His campaign finance, campaign. They're going to look at his campaign. They keep bringing up these checks, okay? These checks are not written out of the campaign checkbook. They're personal checks from Donald Trump to Cohen. When I mean that, from the Trump organization. They're going to be looking into the White House. Did he violate laws by giving those checks? The Trump Foundation and the Trump business. It's an anal exam, Donald. Campaign, White House, Trump Foundation, Trump business. And let me say this. Remember this. This is a takeaway. I got to take a break because I do want to do, there's some things you want to stay in touch. Stay with us, that we're going to touch on some stories when we come back, but we just have to switch gears. Remember, before you impeach somebody, you have to persuade the American public that it ought to happen. And that is what they're working on, and they're working very hard to do that. They've got their persuasion team in place with the deep state media. I just don't want you to catch on number 24, Tom Steyer, okay? Remember his name came up with Cohen? Anytime you hear the Democrats are divided and the Democrats are not ready to impeach and they're kind of staying away from it, it's a lie. They're united. They're ready to go. They're trying to impeach your president of the United States. And if they don't get him impeached, they want to have everything in place for a second term. Okay? But right now, their obstruction is our country. And they plan to do anything to bring this guy down for 2020. So when he gets on a debate stage with any Democrat, all the moderators from the left will ask him, even Fox, they will ask him questions, okay, concerning these investigations. And Democrats will get a pass. Watch and see. I'm your host, BKP. Take us to break. We're going to talk a little bit about Georgia and I don't want to give it away. I don't want to give it away. We're going to talk a little bit about Georgia. You don't want to miss right after these messages. Take us a break, Josh.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
It's truck season at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, and that means it's time to haul home a payload of savings. Now save up to $6,700 off new Chevy Colorados at Days, or save up to $10,000 off new Chevy Silverado 1500 crew cabs. If Chevy makes the truck, we've got it, and you're going to save big during truck season. Going on right now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevy trucks cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and LJ, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
Welcome to Mountain Valley Motors. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat vehicles available, plus a wide selection of quality used vehicles. Located at 7535 Appalachian Highway in Blue Ridge, we treat the needs of each individual customer with paramount concern. We know that you have high expectations, and as a car dealer, we enjoy the challenge of meeting and exceeding those standards each and every time. Allow us to demonstrate our commitment to excellence. Our experienced sales staff is eager to share its knowledge and enthusiasm with you. We encourage you to browse our online inventory, schedule a test drive, and investigate financing options. Visit us online or call us at 706-516-1053.
Okay, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show, number 37. Well, first of all, show everybody how they can get in touch with us. Phone number, social media, email address, that's all the ways. Let's go with number 37. Number 37, we have Susan Collins up there in Maine, Murkowski up there in Alaska, Tillis from North Carolina. Now we have Senator Rand Paul, who will oppose in the Senate Trump's national emergency, number 38. Senator Paul to oppose Trump's national emergency. I'm not going to get all upset over this. The president can veto this and move on. Senator Rand Paul is a supporter of the President of the United States. He's a big supporter of national security and our national, well, this is a national emergency, and protecting our border. But his comment is, we got upset when Obama did it, and I'm not okay with approving a national emergency that will take funds that are not appropriated by Congress as they're intended. There is an argument to be said there, so we're going to leave the Rand Paul bashing alone. We're not going after our good friend Rand Paul. Not going to happen here. Let me just say number 40, go at 40, for Democrats to interview in open hearings a convicted liar and fraudster at the same time as the very important nuclear summit with North Korea is perhaps a new low for American politics and may have contributed to the walk never done when a president oversees shame. I have said that over and over. It was absolutely disgusting what they did to bring Cohen in on that day. Remember Cohen's arm surgery. He couldn't get there, the shoulder. Remember they negotiated that almost a month getting him in there, and they made sure it landed on the day so the media could go nuts over it and he could be sitting there. Do you realize at the same time the President of the United States is trying to talk to North Korea about denuclearizing North Korea and the Korean Peninsula totally, that a man was looking in the camera and called the President of the United States that was sitting next to Kim Jong-un a liar, a cheat, a scoundrel, whatever he could call him, every name in the book. Okay? Right there. I told you Kim thought Donald had to have a win. Donald had to get up and go home to prove to Kim Jong-un, I don't care what's happening at home, I don't care how bad they attack me, I'm not going to move on these sanctions. I told you no is no. Let me go over a couple more here, make sure. Let's go to number 34. Now, on the heels of the North Korean summit, now Bolton backs Trump's defense of Kim. This is Otto Warmbier, President of the United States, said, hey, Kim said he didn't do it, said he didn't have nothing to do with it, said he was in the prison out there, and he said, I'm going to take his word at it, for it. If somebody keeps coming at you saying, I don't know, I did nothing, all right, okay, I'll take your word for it, we're going to move on. I don't want to make light of it. I think if you're not new to the show, I have been passionate over this young man, Otto Warmbier. I do know this. He was captured with Barack Obama in office. He then became brain dead in their prison there in North Korea with Barack Hussein Obama in prison. Donald Trump got him out of North Korea days before he died, so at least the family could have Otto alive. He was brain dead when he got home. He was a vegetable, but he was alive. Okay? He was alive when he got here, and they were able to have a moment with their son and bury their son at home. Now, the media did not care about Otto Warmbier, did not care a single minute, and now they do. Okay, now they care. Couldn't get them to run any stories before. Why? Because Trump said, you know what? I just don't need to fight with this guy right now about this. It's just not something I need to get in a fight with him over. I don't need to fight this guy right now over this. I'm trying to look at the big picture for the entire United States. Don't need to. I'm not going to go any more on that, just other than the fact that you know what? He did not, okay, want to get into a big argument with Kim over Otto Warmbier and start a fight right now about that. He's got other things to do. So, number 30, President's approval rating, number 30, is up. Approval's up to 46%. Since January, 3 points. All right. They don't like that. Here are some of the polling out there. Re-election at the same point with presidents. Okay. 41% Trump. Obama, 45. Okay. 38 Clinton. Opponent. All right. 48, 40, 42. His opponent, they do what they call a generic poll, just any Democrat, a Democrat. So this is what they're trying to highlight to you. And we'll pull this out right here. Here's what they have, number 28. President Trump matched up against a Democrat candidate, not a name, not Bernie, not Carmel Harris, not Pocahontas, just a name. He's down 7 points already in the polls. So we'll leave that alone. Let me see if there's anything else I have not put up. Let's see what I got here. Let's go to number 8. President Trump, top group approval. This is an NBC Wall Street Journal. African Americans, 88% disapprove of the president. This is disapproval. Disapproval. 88% disapprove. Latinos, 64. Women, 61. Ages 18 to 34, 57. Okay, they're worried about that 18 to 34, 57 disapproval. They're very worried about that. Trust me. Whites with college degree, 55 disapprove. Independents, okay, 51 disapprove. Now, African Americans, that is a lie. 88%, that is totally and completely a lie. So we'll leave it there because I want to talk a little bit about Georgia before we close. Let me do this. Number 27. New accusations in leaving Neverland. Now, after this guy is dead and gone, right? We are shocked at this pedophile, this disgusting excuse for a man. Absolutely disgusting, gross, violated children. We're acting like that's a big thing now. Folks, in this country, the rings, the pedophile rings, and the disgusting, gross things that are being done to our children in this country. All right? And this is shocking. New accusations and leave that this guy's a pedophile. This guy, these billionaires, like this guy here, he's Michael Jackson. I always thought they should have took the families and put them in prison. The moms and dads that Michael paid off. The moms and dads that dropped their kids off for a play date with Michael because they were driving brand new cars and living in big houses because Michael said, send your child over, your little boys, and I'll make sure you're driving a very nice car and you got a nice new home and plenty of money. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Josh, start me a new segment so I could talk a little bit about Georgia. Very quickly here. I want to make a couple quick comments, okay? First of all, we're on crossover week, all right? We're on crossover week, Thursday. Now, I have heard, I watch social media. I go through all the social media, all right? And I watch everybody, what they post. And I'm hoping I didn't lose a lot of friends, because I consider them friends, because there's a lot of subjects we agree on. But I may have lost some friends in the last couple weeks because I see what they're doing, and I'm not going to get on board with it. Now, where House Speaker David Ralston is concerned in legislative leave, there's a group that have exploited these victims for their own personal financial gain. My opinion, okay? There are nonprofit groups that are posting taxpayer something or United Taxpayers. I don't know who they are. I don't want to get. I got them down here. I could get this. Actually, maybe I can get it here right now. Let me look. I got Atlanta Tea Party. I got that one. Let me see. Hold on. United Tea Party. I'm getting those emails. Let's see. All right, I can't find the one. I don't want to mess up the name. I don't want a lawsuit. But between Eric Erickson and some of the other talking heads in Atlanta, activists, they want rid of Ralston. Okay, fine, you want rid of David Ralston. But I have watched, and I'm going somewhere with this, I have watched them exploit the victims for their gain. Yes, their gain. It's actually been disgusting. I'm okay, you want to take on David Ralston, but what you're doing with what you're calling the victims, exploit, make full use of, and derive benefit from, okay? Obtain something from, and that's what I think they've been doing, because here's what's bothering me. You got constitutional carry. They're burning up social media with constitutional carry, all right? Fine, I don't have a problem with that. And then you have State Representative Matthew Gutler, which sent me a message from the 8th District. It said he didn't trust me anymore. Yeah, really? I'm glad you're newfound friends at the AJC. I know you'll always be able to count on them, and WSB and Eric Erickson will always be your friend until they just don't need you the next day. But that being said, Gutler actually has a bill I like, because I, for one, am against this revenue in, revenue out. The budget, I like our new governor, Brian Kemp, but the budget is going up to $27 billion. I asked him multiple times when he called in, and any time I had a chance with him, when will you freeze this budget? When will we get to a point that you just don't need to spend anymore? When? When is the point? See, the state of Georgia, okay, and this is not one man. I get so tired. You got a Senate, you got a governor, all right, and you got all these representatives and senators. Tired of hearing David Ralston did this. If you don't let him do it, he can't do it. But 5 years with Nathan Deal, the budget went up like $5.5 billion. And now we're going to go into that 6th year, and we're going to go up another $1 billion. Going up $1 billion a year, 6 years in a row. And every time Georgia gets a penny, they spend it. They spend every bit of it. And let me tell you something else on the budget you don't stop to think about. The budget does not have to show the Georgia State bond indebtedness. You don't have to show your actual bond, what you have out in bonds, loans. You don't have to show it. You only have to show the payments of the bonds. It's like when you see that new Georgia State Judicial Center and you see all these bonds for all these things we're doing, Georgia, in the state budget, you do not have to report the amount of money that we owe in bonds. You just have to report in the state budget the bond payment. That's it. And that being said, there's never any such thing as giving the money back to the citizens. Never. Now, they make a big deal that they gave you 1/10 of 1/2 of 1/4 of 1/9 or 3/6 or 4/5. They keep confusing me. But they tell you they gave you a tax break. The reason they gave you a tax break is because of the president's tax break, and the way it worked, Georgia needed to give you a tax break. They needed to, okay? Because it was going to look like Georgia went up on taxes if they wouldn't have done it. It's hard to explain. But they went around and campaigned on this 3/5, 4/5, 5/5, 1/2 a fifth, fifth of liquor, whatever the hell, tax break. Why does every dollar of revenue go in have to come back out? Why? Another thing on the Georgia budget this year. I keep hearing constitutional carry. Fine, okay. How about the principled conservatives that you call yourselves? Why don't you get on social media and beat the hell out of this Georgia budget and your tax money? Teacher pay raises. Okay. I'm telling you right now, okay, teacher pay raises. Fine. But it doesn't stop at that. So I think Kemp, I'm going to say it like this, I think Kemp offered all teachers $25,000 pay raises. It's now going to be up to like $2,800 and change, right? And that's fine. That's fine. Don't attack me. I didn't say no to a teacher's pay raise, okay? But it's not stopping there. They're going through the main office and the administrative. I want an answer. Are these superintendent of schools, principals, all of these high-end jobs getting another pay raise? There's a bill, shockingly, that I actually support. But the guy doesn't know how to negotiate. The guy doesn't know how to go down there and make friends with anybody. And I really think he can get traction with this. But no, him and his college buddy have to scream constitutional carry, and then they have to see if they can, get rid of Ralston. Fine. But HB 4 never gets brought up. General Assembly, general appropriations bills to be voted upon separately by each chamber by department budget unit. It requires an amendment to Article 1 of Chapter 5, Title 28 of the Official Code Book of Georgia, annotated, related to financial affairs in general, so as to require the general appropriations bill be voted on separately by each chamber by department budget unit, to provide for budget units, to provide for procedures to follow, to provide for related matters, to repeal conflicted laws, and for other purposes. Great. Instead of a $27 billion omnibus bill, you know what cracks me up is some of you guys and ladies that call yourself my friends on Facebook, or don't call yourself my friends anymore on social media, I remember you wrapped up a group. I know a group that wrapped up like 5 people to run against Congressman Doug Collins because he voted for an omnibus bill and they were tired of it. Why the hell are you damn people on social media all worked up wanting to kick Ralston out, and you're all upset with you're exploiting the victims, all right? And you're yelling constitutional carry, but I don't see a damn one of you ever yelling HB 4 and yelling stop the state of Georgia passing these $1 billion, $27 billion omnibus bills. Where are you? You're not out there. So I just wanted to say, for a bill that you may think, and I wish somebody send this to Representative Gutler that doesn't trust me. This is one damn bill I wish would be up there every day and somebody yelling about. This should be top, $27 billion. Stop the omnibus. Start voting on every single line item there, every single department in the state of Georgia, so we can see and have it out there on the TV. Now, the last one I want to do, Georgia horse racing. Quit telling me that Georgia has a damn appetite to vote for the ponies. I just want to know. I'm going to get into that one tomorrow in my last hour, because tomorrow is Tuesday and Wednesday. We want to talk about Georgia specifically because Thursday's crossover day with legislation. But you know what? I am flat out tired of people in Georgia, legislators in Georgia, trying to sell me the evils. You know, it's just like the old alcohol, the evil spirits, okay? I'm tired of them trying to sell me the evils in gambling and tie it to the communist higher level of education, communist schools that we have in Hope scholarships. Because you got to understand the evils of gambling, which started with the lottery, which they sold us for Hope scholarships. We all cheered, oh my God, our children are going to go to school. Oh no, they're indoctrinating my children. Oh my God, let me buy another damn lottery ticket. Oh, look at that political science teacher. Forget it, man, forget it, all right? We'll talk about that tomorrow. Horse racing, I don't know. I can't say I never bet on a pony. I got to be careful with that. I can't say I never said, here, give me a sawbuck on number 4 in the number 4 in the 3rd race and box it. Can't say I never said that. Can't say I never said that. All right, last but not least, I want to see all of you people screaming at the top of your lungs because you want HB 481 from Senator Ed Setzler. Now, I sent a message to my representative, which is David Ralston. He's Speaker of the House. But I sent a message to his office that I support HB 481. I sent a message to the governor's office. I support HB 481. So I need you to send a message. And this is what's called the heartbeat bill. The heartbeat bill. All right, we'll talk about it tomorrow in the second hour. I want you to send a message to your representative, whoever it may be, in the state of Georgia, that you support HB 481. And then I want you to send a message to the Speaker of the House of Georgia that you support HB 481. On top of that, I don't have the number in front of me. You need to also send a message. And all you got to do is say heartbeat bill on the Senate side of Georgia. Send a message to Lieutenant Governor Jeff Duncan and say, Lieutenant Governor, I support the heartbeat bill. That'll be all you have to say. And tell your senator, call your senator and say, I support the heartbeat bill. But tomorrow what we're going to do is exactly what I said. We're going to take the last hour of each show tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and we're going to focus on Georgia state issues because we have our crossover. Please email me information on any bill you would like me to read. Please put that up there real quick. Please email me any information at this email address right here. Text me on any information that you may have on a state bill in Georgia you want to talk about. Or if you'd like to be on the show to talk about a particular bill, whatever it may be. Get me all the information. Let me know if you want to be on the show. Tomorrow, 9 to 10, and Wednesday, 9 to 10, Georgia State legislative issues. I'm your host, BKP. Now, if you'll go to slow down. If you go to Facebook and find Team FYN Sports, Facebook, Team FYN Sports, instant replays up right now at 10 o'clock. Take us out of here. Have a good day. We'll be back tomorrow morning.